Hello everyone. I just wanted to make a quick video to acknowledge the flood that occurred in Ellicott City, Maryland just about a week ago. Many of you are aware that this flood comes just under 2 years after a similar flood occurred along the main street in the historic district of Ellicott City. So the impact of the flood is amplified since many of the businesses had struggled to reopen, made investments with a lot of support from people in the community and around the world, I'm sure, to rebuild. Many businesses were unable to reopen, but a number of new businesses came. But even almost 2 years later, there were still a number of coming soon signs up in the shop windows. So a number of places that intended to open never opened prior to the second flood occurring. This flood also impacted some families more significantly. I want to acknowledge the National Guardsman Eddie Hermond, who lost his life. Eddie was assisting someone who was trapped by the flood waters and was walking through the water trying to assist when he was swept away. So certainly our thoughts go out to his family and friends, and certainly Eddie is appropriately recognized as a hero for his actions. And this was apparently very consistent with his personality and attitude. But there are also a number of people that were impacted significantly, because their businesses were lost. There are a number of people who live above the businesses in along Main Street. And as you might imagine, for obvious reasons, flood insurance is essentially impossible to get along that stretch. So these folks have lost all of their possessions without the ability to get support from insurance companies. And just to put this also into perspective, Ellicott City is a large unincorporated town. It spans 2 zip codes, and yet the historic district really is the spiritual heart of Ellicott City. And myself, my friends, my family, all visit frequently. It's about 3 miles south of where I'm sitting here today. And it's a great place, or had been a great place to walk in the evening, stop in for a beer at your favorite place, stop in for a meal, grab a coffee at some of the bakeries, and a number of little shops had opened and small new restaurants. And there was a real feeling of an energy that had been, I think, built as a result of coming through the first flood and rebuilding. In fact, some of the challenges recently on an evening is where to find parking, and that was a good problem to have. Certainly the Old Town area had been revitalized significantly. So certainly the county and state have a lot of decisions to make, and individual business owners, I know some have announced that they are not going to reopen regardless of what happens on Main Street. This process takes a long time. Last time it was months before you could drive up and down Main Street again. The damage is more significant this time, so I'm not sure what that means. But certainly people need a lot of support and help. Even people who aren't business owners or didn't live there, made their living, supporting the restaurants, waiting tables, running the stores along Main Street, and those people are now looking for either other permanent employment or something to tide them over until these businesses can reopen. So certainly appreciate the support that is provided. I'll try to put a link in the description to one or two places where you can donate money to help the people impacted by this flood, and our best hopes that we can find a solution that is reasonable, that is affordable, that really ensures that this type of flood doesn't occur again, and yet people can still enjoy the focal point of Ellicott City, the historic district. So thanks for tuning in today, and I'll be back in touch soon, hopefully on more positive news.